So we're still discussing the aftermath of the NSAS protest, and well, according to reports, the police and LASTMA officials have abandoned Lagos roads following the recent attack on police. Security personnel have abandoned Lagos roads. This is, however, causing fear among Lagosians who feel criminals might take advantage of the absence. According to a report by the Guardian newspapers, Lagos residents now feel insecure with the absence of policemen within the metropolis, and the report is attributing this to the recent looting and burning of police stations where arms and ammunition were carted away, and this seems to have also exacerbated the fear. Of course, don't forget 25 police formations were burnt down and 5 others seriously vandalized in Lagos alone. All right, gentlemen. Yesterday, I particularly felt the absence of LASTMA officials on my way home because it was chaotic on Lagos roads. Yesterday, it was chaotic. Where do you want to start? I know you had your own share of it because I was talking to you on the phone. I was like, I'm in traffic. Call me later.
Yesterday, yeah.
you know,
I was.
Yes, the reality that we're faced with is the fact that it has dawned on us that sometimes you don't value people until they are gone. That's the principle of life, But having said that, I think that I would say that the policemen should recoup and get their onions back. They should be back on the streets. Talking of LASTMA, I don't even know why LASTMA disappeared, but I know that yes, what we saw playing out during the whole crisis was more like stored up anger. People have kept so much inside of them. It's like a woman whose husband has been abusing for too long. And then one day she has an opportunity, maybe the man falls sick. Oh God, it is something else. So that is what has happened. And it's also a lesson for every one of us to learn. And the lesson there is that for the fact that you're wearing a uniform does not mean you are more of a human than the other person. I think that those who wear uniforms, policemen, LASTMA, they should apply a human face in dealing with people. That is what I get out of this whole thing. And I think they should take it home too. We need to begin to learn emotional intelligence when dealing with one another. What has happened in Lagos, not only in Lagos, where police stations were burned, police officers were killed and all that, is unfortunate. Nobody ever prays for violence, because I would say violence has never solved any problem in the world. But we must also ensure that we are not part of those who create those violence. It's something we must be, don't create a situation where, like, I'll give you a typical example. On Sunday, I went to cut my hair, and then there's this, these guys, all of them gathered, and usually when they gather, I even before that, sometimes I come, I just buy some bottles of beer, or if I have a bottle of whiskey, I bring it, just to keep them, because you see, they see you from a different light. The guys who went on to vandalize and all of that, they see you as somebody who has so much money and they have nothing. Now, but when I started talking to them, I said, you guys, why did you guys? They said, look, Oga, we not be people like you they look for. And those politicians and those policemen, Oga, policemen never harassed you before. Police don't show up, see on my body. So you find out it's so much anger that people have stored in that we're looking for a way. Yes, we're looking for a way to just bring it out. And unfortunately, they exploded like atomic bomb. So I think that this is the time for the IG to rise up to the occasion, and let us spend more time talking of emotional intelligence, talking about relationships with people for those who wear uniforms.
Okay. All right. Let me hear Dr. Maduka. Now, I know what has happened to the police officers, the police stations, and and all of that. But is that enough reason for everybody to just down tools and just leave everyone to themselves? Because what I saw on the road yesterday was lawlessness at the highest peak. You know, like people were passing through where they ordinarily would not pass through. Ordinary buses and cars were going through the BRT lane, and everybody were converging at the same place. Nobody was going forward. Nobody was going, just because nobody was there to control traffic. Yeah. I mean, is this enough reason for the police really, or the LASTMA officials, not to do work anymore?
Patient, let me tell you the truth. What makes you human is your character, is how you exhibit your lifestyle, is how disciplined you are. And you know, when your heart emits evil, you will definitely sow evil to the society. When it emits goodness, it will emit good. You know, like what you said, if people's heart is already, you know, concocted into doing bad things, so you see that everybody is gravitated into bad things. The foundation of what we have now, like I said before now, that look, it is not now that we have this problem. The problem has been there. It's just that it has been, you know, incubating. People are just trying to quench it. One, foundationally, what is the basic need of every human being? Look at it from that angle. The basic needs are, one, security, which is very important, and that is number one. You know, responsibility of every government. You talk about shelter, you talk about food, you talk about healthcare, you talk about education. Let me talk about the education, which is the foundation of what we're having now. Now, during my years, let me start from when I started schooling. Those days, I was pursued to the bush to be caught and then brought to school, that I must go to school. And many people had the same experience. And even here, I learned that Awolowo was going to the farms and bringing people to this, you know, to go to school. You see, an educated mind will not do what we see. You see, what you plant is what we are sowing. What is happening is what our leaders have been sowing. Most of them, unfortunately, benefited from free everything. Now, how can a leader see children hawking and you don't feel anyhow? You're already incubating ignorance. And what is the benefit of ignorance? It's violence. When you don't educate people, you don't expect them not to behave abnormal. So what is happening today is what we sow, and we are reaping it. Our leaders thought that, oh, because you can get what you can use for the 100 years for you alone. It is the wickedness of our leaders. Even animals do not behave like some of our leaders. A lion kills a prey. He eats to his fill. He leaves. Another one, jackal, will come and eat and leave. Vultures will come and eat and leave. They don't. Once you're filled, you're okay. But look at what is happening. Somebody is having billions, and you ask yourself, is this person human? That's why I said, what makes you a human being? Is your reasoning, your thinking. How empathy are you to other people? So you see, our leader, what is happening today is that our leaders have used what the position they are, which is stewardship, to shut down the education of their children. So what do you expect the children to do? You cannot do what happened. He cannot do it because what? We are enlightened. But those children are not. They are not educated. And that's why I said it here the other day, that when you go to America, UK, you hardly see a 6-year, 7-year, 10-year, up to 11-year child on the street. You can't. They will arrest that boy and they arrest you as a parent, because they understand the meaning and the true attribute of education. We're not educating this. So what do you expect this one to do? This is the only way they can express their ignorance, because we have been sowing this seed that's killing us.
But can we come back to the issue of police and LASTMA not being on the roads?
Yeah, okay, the issue about police.
Because we need them back.
Yeah, you need them back, but the issue that the states and the federal government, what have they done? Because we've heard that many police stations have been shut down, many police people have been killed, and it's even unfortunate that one police guy came out yesterday, and I felt bad, I felt terrible. After serving 35 years, he was given 1.6 million. out of every 35 years, for Christ's sake, out of the one he contributed. So the whole feeling of that will give you the feeling of leaving the police. Even when they are working, they are not working with their heart. They're just working because they want to get some food to eat. That's not the issue. Before you become a policeman, there's one attribute, and that's to safeguard lives and properties. But now you see, our police people, our their morals have been dampened. And more so, the government is not even giving them the canopy or the cover. There's no insurance. So how do you want the person to come and die? And if he does, who takes over the family responsibility? These are the things you should put in place. I expected by now the police or the federal government have done something about granting them national policy on national insurance, so that even when the person dies, he understands, oh, even if I leave, my family will not suffer. But it's not done here. So no, you can't see war and you see bullet and you say, okay, because I want to save some. No, you save yourself first. That is the law of safety.
Okay.
Let me quickly add. What I have expected, each time we come here, we talk about one Nigeria, oneness, unity, and all of that. But we also know that there's a unit of the ministry responsible for coordinated message to Nigerians, and that's the National Orientation Agency. With what has happened, I expect them to be on air everywhere. Because, let me tell you the truth, if a policeman stands tomorrow on the road and maybe there's a misunderstanding between him and somebody, it will not end well. Because people are still bitter. So I think that this is a time for the National Orientation Agency to be up and doing. Preach good messages, preach peace messages. Let people understand that the police is not an enemy. But it is not happening. And like he said, education, I'll tell you the truth, I've always been an advocate that we need to bring back our public schools. We need to bring it back to what it used to be, so that people can have their children in these schools and free education. The founding fathers of Nigeria were not drunk. They were not stupid when they introduced free education. So why would we allow that to go? The truth about it is that whether we like it or not, we must see, I keep saying we must say truth to power. The Nigerian system that we have today is failing. And why is it failing? It is failing because those we have elected into office, those we call leaders, once they get into office, their humanity disappears. It becomes all about them. So we need to think as if there is no boss. And this is the best time to do that. We need to get our educational system working. Because with education, I'm telling you, a lot of things will change.
Thank you.